He
Okay,
said
come
when
on.
he started.
Alright, so apparently this was going to be a race, but I'm going to do it alone now. But that doesn't matter. So I'm going to count down now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I'm just gonna start mashing start and X to get through like every cutscene. It's like the most optimized. Sorry, I'm tired right now. Most optimized thing to do.
Right, and so the objective of this category is just to beat the final boss, which is the sorceress. She's in the final homeworld, Midnight Mountain. And to get there, Zeus will have to collect the 5 end-of-level eggs from each primary level in the homeworld. So it's 5 eggs in Sunrise Spring, 5 end-of-level eggs and 1 unskippable egg in Midday Gardens, and 5 end-of-level eggs in Evening Lake. Those eggs allow the vehicles to work, the NPCs help you. And so and at that point, they take you to the boss of the homeworld, and you can progress through the game.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Spyro 3 19 egg.
I'm missing all the proxies. Damn.
Right, and speaking of proxies, what Zeus is attempting is called a dead body proxy. And basically, there are certain objects, including the corpses of specific enemies, which allow Spyro to charge through them, but not to glide through them.
Oh, I got
So
one,
by
nice.
charging partially into the hitbox and pressing X while still holding charge, Spyro glides for 1 frame, and during that frame, the game recognizes Spyro stuck within the object, and it pulls him completely out of it. And since Zeus continues to hold charge during the X input, he begins charging on the frame after the 1 frame glide, and that allows him to preserve the velocity as a vector. So he got the 4th skip, I guess. Yeah, 4th skip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
back
kind of
up
bad.
there.
Normally we would only go for the first 2 and then reset, but since this is a resetless run, and I'm going to do. Oh well, I'm gonna mess up swimming now then. Oh, I got swimming now. No.
Alright, so what you're seeing with Swim and Air is basically the game is programmed not so that the water is programmed as a 3-dimensional body of water, it's more programmed as a trigger and a container. And in any level that has a 3-dimensional swimmable body of water, so the trigger and the container, the planes of water also have the trigger attached to them, but the trigger is out of bounds and assumably out of reach. But doing tricks to get out of bounds and then charging the side of the plane allows you to trigger swim and not be contained anywhere, and so you get something called Swim in Air, which allows you to go basically wherever you want until you deactivate it.
Oh damn it, I'm very bad right now. I'm so sorry, I'm nervous.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so basically in Seashell Shores, this level, I'm going through it casually. Earlier I charge jumped into an enemy in order to break its shield, and then I could do another proxy to skip the level. But I'm not very good at it, so... But I'm still attempting it.
Doesn't really save that much time when it comes to a run anyway.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
minimal.
Okay, are you guys going to explain what would light? Because I'm going to do the,
It's relatively minor, but I think what's more important is to point out that Zeus entered Seashell Shore while it was locked, and he'll do the same with Molten Crater and Sheila's Alp and a few other levels throughout the run. And he's able to do that because they are locked. Seashell Shore requires 14 eggs, Molten Crater requires 10, and Sheila's Alp requires 300 gems and a conversation with money bags. However, any portal that is locked is stored predictably directly beneath where it would be if it were unlocked, and it's still fully active, fortunately. So as long as you can get out of bounds and touch it, then you'll be able to go into the level.
Okay, I got in. I failed a couple of times. I'm just gonna go into another chat so I don't look at that.
What Zeus attempted in Molten Crater is attempting in Molten Crater.
Oh, just like make it look like it was going to crash. And I'm gonna diff abuse because I really want to show this off.
It's called an animation proxy, and you can use pretty much the explanation for a dead body proxy, but just switch around a preposition. And so instead of being pushed from an object, you're being pushed by the object as a result of its animation.
And
you're still preserving the velocity with the charge as a vector.
And I'm very sorry that I didn't get it, but Yeah, I can probably show it afterwards when I'm not this nervous. If I get
There
time to.
are there are technically like a few different animation proxies that you can do in this game, as well in like other levels. But most of the time they don't matter near as much. They either don't save as much, or there are also other types of proxies that you can do to negate doing those, such as in Spooky Swamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And even in Cloud Spire's level that Zeus is going to be doing next, there's an animation proxy that saves like 2 or 3 seconds. But because you have to commit to the route, and because it's not an easy proxy, it's just better to do the jump that he's going to do. Which do you want to explain momentum conservation jumps with?
I can.
Well,
So
it's not very hard to explain, but yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of complicated also.
um,
It's kind of weird. But yeah,
you
go.
in this game you end up getting a bit more height when you do a neutral jump,
Oh,
or when you're standing in place and jump, or just not charging over a charge jump. And what you do is when you end up letting go of the charge button, you still have
oh,
a bit
what?
of forward momentum, and from there you end up getting a height of a neutral jump while moving a little bit forward
I'm gonna do that.
to help you get both speed and height to be able to make
Yeah, my
the
nerves is
jump to
really
the end
bad
of
right
Cloud
now.
Spires.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I got the momentum preservation jump. I'm so sorry for all my nerves.
Surprised you went for that, actually.
Yeah, it's a backup. Like I was normally, I
Yeah,
would go
it
for the
is.
like the inside of like more intuitive level, but I didn't think. Again, I'm doing this camera trick, holding down R1 and L2, getting out of certain portals. Well, isn't it all portals really? Oh, what is it doing? Spyro,
Whenever you're
get down.
exiting all portals, if you hold down the camera buttons, you get a different camera. Sometimes it's
Um,
advantageous.
my X button doesn't work right now. This is bad. No.
Also, I suppose there isn't really that much to note, but the proxy in Cloud Spires, if you do get it, as said before, it saves like 2 to 3 seconds, and if you miss it, you miss like one bellows cycle, losing about 7.
Mm.
So honestly, it isn't that terrible to miss.
Okay, I will explain kicking on top of jumps and shielders because it's easy.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm going to show it right off right now. So I'm going to jump and then kick on top, which basically cut off the height. That's it. That's not really anything else to it. Like, I don't really. Is there a technical explanation? Do we know exactly why it happens?
I mean, you're just kicking to remove the jump, like it's as simple as like ending the momentum from your high jump. But one thing that should be noted in Chile is that it's the first
RNG
relevant,
level.
yeah, RNG level where the positioning of the enemies and in the final room, the enemy count and the enemy movement is RNG. And you can lose like maybe 5 seconds to really terrible RNG versus pretty good RNG.
And I got really terrible RNG.
Yeah.
Among
only-
other things, there are also like small pixels on top of the Rhineck houses that cause them not to break.
Yeah, that's always annoying.
Yeah, which like, if you see, like, if they have removed them, we could like jump everywhere on them and then hit bash. That would destroy it. Okay, upcoming is boss, who's going to take that.
Yeah,
Okay, then
so
okay.
in Buzz, basically, Zeus is going to first just try to hit Buzz into the lava as quickly as possible. And then Buzz usually has this rolling buzzsaw attack that he chases you all around the arena with. But if you stand near where he spawns out of the lava
Oh,
and near the edge, he's programmed not to go over by himself. And so he'll just stop prematurely. And you'll be able to hit him while he's vulnerable then. And after he takes 2 hits, he'll usually spawn a defensive wall of fire that would prevent you from hitting him immediately. But if you turn the camera away from him, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't spawn, so you can hit him just as if he didn't have it, because he doesn't have it.
also I died there because I was in green sparks. So now I have 0 lives. I'm going to do whenever I can get like an easy life. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, if you want to skip Boulder Proxy, there are the 4 lives you can get in Bamboo without that much of a detour. Boulder Proxy only
Yeah,
saves 4 seconds in this category.
yeah, but Boulder Proxy is amazing, and you can use your soap explanation.
Yeah.
The soap exclamation. Oh boy.
I don't want you to game over though. It's up to you though.
Yeah, but like, I know like, I could also just input the cheat code, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, probably should.
No, I definitely don't.
Yeah. But like, I know I can get to Bentley without like an easy death, except for I should pre that. Let me think, where is that easy? So, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, upcoming is Bridge Swim.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a little different than the other swim in air he did in Sunrise, in that he's doing it from a 3-dimensional body of water, but instead of going through the trigger and being out of bounds already, basically there's a skimmable portion of the water, so the trigger is sandwiched between that and the container. And when Spyro dives down, his animation takes him a little bit above the water, and so if there's a low boundary, you can push against that and then charge, and his animation pulls him out of bounds and still in swim state.
Also, let me
So
just note that this is actually kind of hard to swim.
Yeah, it's probably one of the harder swims in the game, but
I wouldn't say hard as much as just inconsistent.
yeah, it's
Yes.
all about spacing, and so once you get it spaced correctly, then
Yeah, I
develop a
got that.
feel for the swim, then it's not that bad. But if you're not spaced correctly, there are certain like flop cycles for Spyro that just won't give you any chance at the swim.
Upcoming is Session Bird, and I'm gonna explain the movement that I'm going to do. So this is an escort mission, you can call it that. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is you can see the way I move. Basically, I'm holding down R1 and L1 in order to like strafe in all directions. Because if I only hold down R1, it's going to allow me to strafe in one direction, like to right, and L1 is going to strafe me to the left. So holding down both allow me to strafe in all directions. Also, the guy I just killed is because it's a bit safer thing to do than just going for a YOLO strat with these anvils. And I need to position both anvils on these blue sphinx in order to destroy the door. Because I don't know why. Also, the bird you just saw just gave me an egg. And that's a not skippable egg. I can't really do anything about that. And I'm not going to exit because the end of level is over here. There's only one enemy that we really have to kill, and that's this one, where I fucked up the movement to it. And that's the really only one that's worth killing, because you have to, otherwise the burn won't move.
There's also certain movement at the end of the level that you can screw up in such a way that the hummingbird will not follow you.
Yeah, if you exit the room with the anvils too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
I was never actually sure.
The hummingbird that follows you works on checkpoints and stops, and she'll stop, and then she'll wait for you to finish the checkpoint. And one of the checkpoints is the 2 enemies on the left side of that room, the Anvil room. And since we don't do it, if we exit the Anvil room too quickly, and then we get 2 checkpoints ahead of her and she doesn't follow. So you can prevent that just by doing the 2 enemies, and it's actually slightly faster, by like a second if you have really good movement, but it's kind of difficult movement.
Also, what I just attempted was another dead body proxy called Croc Proxy.
Yeah, as I stated before, the Crocs are actually one of the only enemies in the game that you can get 2 different kinds of proxies off of.
Yeah.
So that isn't really too important.
I think. Also, that Firefly, like the end of the level guy, he can move between 2 different spots depending on his position in midair. Which is kind of RNG, but it doesn't really matter. Also, these out of bounds is like not that specific.
runs over.
Also, Bamboo is coming up now. I'm gonna attempt something called Firefly Proxy, which is totally RNG, and I get decent RNG.
Bug proxy.
Oh yeah, the bug, sorry. I got a proxy as you saw, but I didn't get enough. So if I couldn't be able to get up top of the house, up in, like next to the hill, I could have done something called a Spyrothon, which is like gliding and then cancel out with a charge. And I didn't. Okay, no, nitro skip, so I didn't even get to go broke the proxy, so I'm going for the 4 lives. Because otherwise I'm probably gonna game over.
Oh, we still have one more level. So have a chance of explaining squeeze proxy if you go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for helmet proxy because the other thing I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, we can just
referring
explain
to
it.
the towers. Enemy proxy.
I think Zeus just goes for the jump usually.
Okay.
Yeah, but like if I fail, I'm gonna go for the screech proxy. Yeah, but Jeremy, I got a little one, so I can like explain that. Basically, what happened.
The squeeze proxy, sure. Basically, Spyro's hitbox is relatively malleable. It can be condensed, but after a certain threshold, it gets pushed to an area with less pressure. Usually the opposite direction of the squeeze. And so with the boulder proxy, you squeeze Spyro between the boulder and the step. And once he gets squeezed, he's thrown to an area up, since that's less pressure. And I guess what Zeus mentioned with the soap analogy is one that I like to use when explaining it, where if you have like wet soap in between your hands and you squeeze it, then the soap's going to go somewhere, it's going to careen away. And so you can think of squeeze proxies like that, but instead of the soap being stationary and my hand squeezing, it would be the opposite, so the soap would be moving against my stationary hands. And that's how usually squeeze proxies are to work.
Hmm. I'm gonna go for this jump, which is kind of precise, really, so if I miss it, I'm not surprised, but I didn't miss it. I am good. Thank God. Okay, so basically, I did a charge jump and not a momentum conservation jump, because here I need distance more than I need height. Also, flame these rockets in order to destroy that statue, in order to activate the end of level guy. Which is named Jasper. He's gonna give us peanut. What the hell name these eggs?
Beware of potential loud noises.
Yeah, sorry, forgot about all that, but it's over now. But I have turned down my game sound, so it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, upcoming is Icy Peak. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a jump. But this time, again, I need distance, but I need a lot of distance. So I'm gonna jump from a specific point, which is like this snow rock wall, I would call it. In order to get the most optimized position. As you can see, I hope I get it. I got it first try. Now I'm gonna do something called charge gliding, which is basically jump and then charge and then immediately tap X, which is in order to glide. And that's the fastest way to go up the stairs, except for, of course, something called magic stairs. Which I don't know, Jeremy, is that worth explaining? I haven't gotten it.
I guess we can allude to them. It's just jumping along the edges of the stairs, and you can chain a bunch of them together and get up the stairs without really hesitating at all. It'd be like you're charging up a ramp almost. So it's just really quick. If you want to see examples of that, then Nitroff's 117 task uses magic stairs in a lot of places.
Because it's faster than charge gliding.
Right.
Upcoming is Spike, which is actually not hard at all. It's easy, but wait, like, because of how do I tell this? Like, when you know what to do.
Spike is the first example of adaptive difficulty in the game, and so basically, if you haven't collected a lot, or if you've died a lot, in this case, not having collected a lot, the any % route only collects.
And died a lot.
Yeah, but not enough to initiate easy mode by itself. You need to die quite a lot to do that.
Yeah, isn't it like 90 lives or something like that? It's insanely much.
I don't know exactly the number, but basically the game gets easier and it removes certain enemies, puts extra fodder down sometimes, and this fight changes a lot. Where if you're on normal difficulty, then you'll have to hit Spike with 3 rocks, 3 red power-ups, and 3 blue power-ups. and there will be no fodder drop throughout the entire fight, even if you're on 0 sparks. But because we do this route without collecting that much, Spike's on easy mode, so we only have to hit him twice for each phase, and fodder drops if we're ever on those sparks. So it's really simple.
Yeah, upcoming is Midday Garden. Now, this is the first... No, this is the second place where you're going to see... yeah, Evening Lake, sorry. Where you're going to see 1.1 and 1.0 differences. I'm playing on 1.1, which is the fastest. I've got totally to mention...
1.0.
Yeah, that's also what I said.
You said 1.1.
Ah, man, doesn't matter. I'm playing on 1.0. But basically, the first thing you can see is in Midday Garden, when you see, like, the spike. Normally there's a spike spawn, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that's removed in 1.0, but, like, put in again. In 1.1. Like, I think they forgot to put it in 1.0, I'm not sure. And that out of bounds I just did for the mountains isn't on any other version except for 1.0.
Yeah, for version 1.1, 1.1 it's still possible.
I can attempt it at least.
It's a world record proxy, I suppose, is also a form of squeeze proxy.
This is world record proxy, because if you can world record while getting this proxy, which doesn't do anything, you're an insanely beast, because it doesn't do anything. Loses time.
Yeah, this is like 5 to 6 seconds.
It's like the most useless proxy in the entire game, but it's still fun
But also
to do.
the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just entertaining watching Bentley fly way up in the air.
Yeah, like this big heavy dude apparently turns into a butterfly. Okay, I'm gonna again, the next level is called Frozen Altars, and again I'm gonna attempt a dead body proxy, but this time I'm going to charge instead of flame. I'm gonna do what's called, like, instead of, as I did in Spooky Swamp, did like a little jump in order to get to the like hitbox in order to get a proxy. Here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually do a like taller jump. So yeah. Hello?
Yeah, we're still
Cool.
Okay, I was just like, whoa, don't do that. And I got it, proxy bunk.
You got a proxy bunk? Oh,
Yeah, I got a proxy bunk. Explain that. Basically, okay, I'm gonna explain that. Basically, the game's a dick.
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Yeah.
I have
It's
no
not really
control.
Zeus's fault. Yeah.
We have no control over it. It's the game's decision. And if you get a like good enough proxy, like it's actually if you get a perfect proxy,
And
you
then
just
turn a little bit.
yeah, it's gonna really just kill you.
In a sense, it's the game telling you that you did too well.
Yeah, it's like, don't be this good at my game. Like, don't be this good at beating me or glitching me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Because it's not really like the only way you could technically avoid it is by not turning at all. And the problem with that is that for all the skips, we need to turn at some point in the proxy. And so we're not going to anticipate that we get a perfect proxy every time. So we're not going to lose time to prevent proxy bonking. It's very rare. Not as rare as it should be, but still very rare.
And it's like really funny that I get it in marathons because I have only once otherwise proxied on Mammoth, like proxy bunked on Mammoth.
Yeah, I must just be bad luck. When I commentated Orsa's run, he also proxy bunked, and I proxy bonk constantly, so maybe it's just me. I am bad luck.
No, you are good, but
no,
the
that
game
means
is
you
being
have
a
very
dick.
good luck, Jeremy.
Yeah, and the game is being a dick.
too good. Yeah.
Mm.
Hopefully
also-
Bentley makes up for it by giving you reds.
Yeah, but like, okay, so what I just did is I attempted Firefly, which is, I want to say, not the hardest proxy, but definitely one that takes a lot of practice to get down. It's very precise, and it's because of, it's like, how the hell do we explain this? Jeremy, help me.
What exactly are you trying to explain? It's a standard dead body
y-
proxy, but the Firefly is really elusive and it has a very small hitbox, and so it's much more precise than your standard dead body proxy, and it saves quite a lot. It saves 35 seconds.
Also, like, it's just right up against a wall that you can bonk on if you turn too sharply. So often
And
what
the
we do is
Firefly
flop.
isn't technically fully manipulable. It's very close to it. Usually you can manipulate the movement, but Retro did some emulator testing, and there are certain times when you spawn into the level, and it just won't move no matter what you do. And in that case, if you don't predict that it's going to be stationary, then you miss the proxy.
I still got a proxy, but like, it wasn't tall enough. I could see that.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna actually do something very interesting in this next level. Zombie.
Right.
Like, so I'm basically gonna take damage throughout the level, because at specific points, so it doesn't lose time. Because this is an you can call it an auto scroller, but it's like more like an escort mission. Because there's some points that we can't control, for instance, this cannon.
Basically, we need to get Crazy Ed to certain checkpoints, but he's so slow that getting him to certain checkpoints with like wall taking damage or while doing anything we want isn't difficult. And so Zeus is just going to prepare himself for Zombie throughout the entire level. And basically what Zombie is Sparks is your health meter, and he has gold sparks, he has blue sparks, green sparks, 0 sparks, and then death. And when you get to the point where you're at 0 sparks, your sparks value is 0. And when you take damage, then your sparks value becomes -1, and then the game kills you. And so there is a frame window in between those two actions. And if you pause during that frame window, you suspend your death, and you initiate something called Zombie, where if you exit the area at that point, then you've put yourself in a limbo state, where you're not dead, but you're not really fully alive, nothing works properly.
As you can see now, basically no triggers works on me, so I'm just swimming throughout the level.
Yeah, and so you can't switch states, and the main states being ground state and swim state. And so because Lost Fleet is underwater, Zeus is spawned in swim state, and therefore he can't lose it. And so he's going to go to Charmed Ridge, or he has gone to Charmed Ridge, and there are a few ways you can remove Zombie. There you can die, and that removes it, that's fine. Or there are certain cutscenes that remove Zombie for you, and one of those cutscenes is at the end of Charmed Ridge, which is very convenient. So if Zeus gets the proxy in Charmed Ridge, then he can just... Nice, yeah, so he can just finish the level as normal, and he's had Zombie removed, so he's fine to finish the game without any problems.
Also, this, I think it's not now, I'm not sure when it is. Okay, yeah, that was the cutscene that removed it. One after you killed the one in like the little cat thing holding the door.
Generally, it's cutscenes that teleport you. They can do one of two things. They can remove Zombie, or they can soft lock the game. And so that's just people like trying it out and knowing. Like one example of the soft locking is in the Jack and the Beanstalk challenge. Instead of getting teleport, the game soft locks. But in this case, it just removes Zombie and you're fine.
Upcoming is Scorch, which is, do you want to say it, Jeremy, in a pretty way, or do I have to say it in a harsh way?
You can say it however you want. No matter how harsh it is, it's not harsh enough.
Yeah. It's 100% dumb RNG, and Bentley is dumb. He knows a lot of big words if you have played through this casually, but he's dumb. He likes the color green over red. And the green rocket, which is one I'm probably gonna get, because that's my luck. No, I got red rocket, so he's not a completely piece of shit. But like, the green rocket deals as much damage as red rockets, but you only have one, and you have 50 red rockets. So I can see why we hate him sometimes. And also he can, it's like, not if you give green rocket like first try, then next time he's gonna give you red. No. That's also completely RNG.
Yeah, so you can just keep feeding you green rockets, and Scorch takes 10 hits, I think. So if you get 10 green rockets, you're going to lose more than a minute on the fight. Usually, Each green rocket wastes between like 7.5 and a little more than 10 seconds, depending on the Scorch's attacks and just how you handle it. But fortunately, Zeus got reds, and so we don't
So-
have to cry about Bentley.
So, yeah, I don't have to do my thing after Bentley. Like when Bentley's dead. Well, just spoil it. I would normally go into Bentley's main level and then throw him off a cliff a couple of times.
Yeah, and rightfully so. It's really justified.
Yeah. I've run him often about 50 times because that's 50 red rockets instead of just one green rocket. So, you know. We don't like Bentley that much. He's a slow guy. He's colorblind, apparently. And a lot of other things.
So
No
now
offense to
Zeus is
colorblind.
in Midnight Mountain, and usually to get to the sorceress fight, you would have needed to collect 100 eggs, which is why there's a 100 egg
As you can see, I
category.
only have 19.
19 eggs, and there are area portals. And if you saw Spyro
Oh.
200%, all of those bosses can be skipped into as well because of the area portals. And one thing that's very, I guess, common with the area portals in this game is that they're very large and much larger than they actually appear to be.
We
And so if
call
you
it that
just
they
go-
bleed.
Yeah, they bleed. And so if you go to a location where they touch, but they're not visually there, you can still get in. And so
Nice person.
unlike the levels, they're not stored anywhere. They're just exactly where
There
they
you go.
would be, but they're just extremely large. And so Zeus is just going to touch the area in the mountains where they bleed, and he's going to be in the sorceress fight, which is the final boss.
Okay, you saw that 8 for like 2 seconds. That's 89. He's as dumb as Bentley.
Hey, at least you
Well,
can
no,
rock
that's
some
kind
of
of
it.
mean. Yeah,
I
at
wouldn't
least
say
it's
quite as
useful
dumb.
somehow. Also, I mean,
That's okay.
yeah. That would be mean to 89 to say that he's as dumb as Bentley.
But the sorceress takes 12 hits. It's intended that you do 2 hits with the cannon, 4 hits with the tank, and 6 hits with the UFO. But you can get some RNG drops that allow you to do some cool things with the fight, which is why sometimes just Agent 9 won't give you those. And that's why Agent 9 can be dumb sometimes. But really, it's not
And
that
also,
bad. if you use
this
RNG.
is a bad sorceress already.
There's an interesting strat that can be used while you're jumping on a cannon, where
Yeah, I'm
when
trying to set it
she-
up here.
Yeah, when she waves her wand, if you jump on a cannon within a certain frame window, then she hesitates before she moves in a J pattern backward. And so you can predict that and intercept it, and then just chain a bunch of hits together really quickly and get a pretty consistent setup for God Sorceress, which is something where we get 6 hits with the cannons and then get an extra tank drop. And so then we just depend on RNG for that.
Also, 89, are you going to drop a UFO or are you going to drop tank? It's a UFO. Also, this is a really bad sorceress. I'm not the best at showing off sorceries. He's already over there. Okay, so UFO, I'm going to hopefully go for something called double hits, which is... Okay, she's really happy for those fireballs right now. Okay, no, that's a bad place to go for it. So basically I'm gonna be as far away from her, then hit her, and then get closer to her, because she has in this... how do I say it? Invisibility frames?
Yeah,
Invincibility.
invincibility frames.
Yeah. So as you can see, I'm gonna go for it now. I waited until those frames were passed, and time comes up on the last hit, which is right about... if I hit her, which I'm very bad at now. Yeah. I'm not gonna show you the credits because there's nothing really to it. Yeah, but I'm gonna
You
get the egg.
a great view after the credits.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to show you is a glitch, which when you talk to like someone who doesn't know that glitches can be different things, they would definitely agree this is a glitch. So let me just... I think, who was it that also did this as a GDQ?
Which one are you referring to?
The ultimate one. Pluto.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a good one.
Are you going to try the Crystal Islands corruption as well?
If you guide me through it, I can.
Yeah, sure.
It's not that bad to do.
So right now I need to die because I'm stuck between the door never opened into sorceries, and it's solid on both ends. So basically I'm gonna die until like game over, right? This will put me back at the rocket, so I can go back all the way back to our favorite level, Seashell Shores, and do something incredibly fun. I think it's back to the rocket, I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Turn around, jump. Yeah. Sunrise, that's the one I want to go to. Yeah, now I can see a beautiful rocket that the game designers totally used a lot of time to work out. Yeah. Also now, because we have defeated the final boss, the game assumes that we have, like, bought every little character and everything.
Yeah, it opens
So,
Sheila, which is actually
yeah.
nice because since we skipped into Seashell, it never opens. Same with Molten Crater. And so
Also,
we have
as
to
you can
skip into it
see,
again anyway.
there was a guy here, but he's gone. Actually, I don't know, do I have to swim into the seashell? Yeah, I have to,
Yeah,
right?
you do.
Yeah,
Or
I
I mean,
just-
you could use Superfly, but yeah, you have to get in through the bottom.
yeah, just gonna show. Also now I'm way more calm, so I think I'm gonna, after that, show off Bora Proxy.
Or proxy with the
Yeah,
little glitch level.
yeah, that's... Oh, I thought that wasn't gonna be swim, but it was. Yeah, what is there actually anything else to say? This is the best category ever.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
definitely correct.
No one can say anything else there. Also, I've seen many people they don't do this at the at the beginning when they want to show it off. I need to go one here and just stop. Now, just a warning: if you don't like flashing and like rapid movement,
Yeah, if you're epileptic, just turn away. It's
yeah,
Let's talk about it. Don't want to
Yeah.
be
you don't want to be.
causing
Are you
a seizure.
ready? Okay, I'm gonna give you a hit spring. 3, 2, 1. I got it. So what you're seeing is what I'm seeing, and yeah, yeah.
It should hopefully look at least a little bit nicer on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
also
then,
I have to really squeeze my eyes in order to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can just
Me-
like make me cross-eyed. That works too.
Let me know when you get into Crystal Island so I can help you with the corruption.
Okay. Also, yeah, I had to like move, like swim, right?
What?
I have to get swim.
In Crystal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get swimming there twice.
yeah.
But it shouldn't be
Uh,
that bad. I mean, if you don't know how to do the gem swim, then there's still the other one that's stationary, and you can try as many times as you want.
Yeah, I'm going for the non-gym.
Okay.
This is a level you only see. Well, they don't. It's the only. Well, N% is the only category where you don't see all levels, like nearly all levels. Also, it's very hard to see where I am aiming. So
So once you get the swim in there, go into the slide area portal without talking to the end of level character. It's very important that you don't talk to him.
okay. So you guys, imagine doing a 100% of something speed run with this. I can barely see where I'm going.
Toto did do like a 117 run with this and got like an hour and a half or a bit further in.
Okay, let's see if I can get it. I think it's this spot here. Okay, nice, I got it.
Alright?
Just gonna go.
So slide area, but don't touch the ground.
Okay, slide arrow, no ground.
And
I
as
need to
soon as you get-
see where it is. It's over here. Is there a specific point I want to hit it in?
No, just go in and then exit. And then you'll receive the egg upon coming on. and the screen will be dark. And so once you've collected the egg, you need a death abuse, and so just turn around and get off the edge somehow.
Yeah, you just want to hold like down, right, and square.
Okay, I want to do that then.
And then
I
let me
don't know where
when
I'm
you're
going.
done.
I guess I died.
You died? Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so now
that's what you want.
go into the pool of water in front of the end of level guy, and then get a swim in air from that one.
Okay, and what now?
And then go back to the section with the whirlwind in it, like you usually would talk to a guy and he puts
Yeah.
a whirlwind up.
Oh, where is that?
Should be
Where's
a
that?
whirlwind and 2 bears.
Yeah, it's halfway through the level. It's past the gem platform room.
It's where you got the first swim from.
Mhm.
Oh, is
And
it?
then go
No,
very
wait.
high, and then look down, and then charge to the left.
I
try to
need to
pull
find it
spot it.
first. Oh, here. Do I have to go above it?
Go above it, and then look down, and then just charge, or else it's like,
How much do I have to charge upwards?
as soon as you see the not charge upward, just charge to the side. That's fine. But as soon as you see the game start to like have problems other than Buddha glitch, then that's
How
when
can
you
I
want to
see
pull
that?
away.
Oh,
If
like that.
if you see it like starting to freeze, kind of.
I don't really know what to do. Okay, 2 seconds. So I gotta be like above the whirlwind, right?
Not above the like
Oh,
above
it
and
crashed.
behind the. It crashed. Did the
Yeah.
PSTV turn off?
Oh wait.
Yeah, just keep pulling. Pull away from it. You can pull it out. That's how it corrupts.
Come on, please do it.
You can keep attempting it until your PSTV says that the game quit.
Or until the game just doesn't let you.
Oh yeah, I got it somewhat.
Corrupted anymore.
Sparks got corrupted. Only Sparks.
Only sparks. You can try it again, and it can corrupt more.
Do I have to? I have to go high again, eh? Right?
You're going really, really high. That might be the reason why only sparks corrupted.
Okay, so I have to go lower.
A little bit
Okay.
lower, still quite a bit above the whirlwind.
So like about here.
I can't see you right now.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try again. Doing this. Try pulling away. Ah, the fuck is that? I'm just gonna keep holding away from it. Yeah, what you're
Yeah,
seeing is what I'm
usually-
seeing.
Usually the vantage point I go from is around. It's kind of around where that magician is that turns on the whirlwind, and I aim myself at everything else, but that also works.
So just left.
Just left or up or just away from that section. You just need to get
Yeah.
your camera off it.
Yeah, I just need to go a little bit higher. I think about here. Is that good enough? Yeah, that's good enough. Go
Yeah.
down now.
But at least it shows a general idea. Oh wow, that was a good screen.
Well, like, it only corrupts sparks. I don't know why though.
It's fine. It just
Oh,
happens.
now it just
sometimes.
turned black.
Everything turned black?
Yeah.
Oh, that means I think the PSTV quit the game. It does that if everything crashes. Anyway, I think this is we have to do the stream changeover, right? The restream one.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, really. Okay, yeah, that was Spyro 3 80%, guys.
Okay. Let's see.